From the second glance, Part 5, Amira regained consciousness with the help of Amira and her mother. And the first time she laid eyes on the money in her stepfather's hand, she immediately stood up, and a force came to her from where she did not know. So she took the money from him. Yasmin, which of you gave him this money? Amira stammered, I didn't give him anything. Ahmed, what's wrong with you? Why don't you accept from us something that will save you from the situation you are in? Yasmin gave him his money and asked him to leave and not come back again. And I wish she had not done so. Her stepfather, is this how you return the favor? From now on, your man will not take a single step towards university, and all your money will be given to me. He beat her despite all her pain. Yasmin entered her room, locked the door, and continued crying without stopping. Yasmin to herself, O my Lord, give me a hand of help and assistance. He is the only person who, once I saw him, all my pain would ease and all my tears would dry. I will never see him again. She continued to cry. The surprise was that Ahmed did not leave and was peeping in and out of her bedroom window. Fortunately for them, the window was open. Ahmed was so happy that his heart moved from his chest because of his intense joy and knowing how much she loved him, but he felt sorry for his situation as he was helpless and folded, unable to save his beloved, nor to tell her how much he loved her and that he would never abandon her. If he approached her, she would not be safe from the evil of her tyrannical stepfather. And now an idea came to him. He went to his car, took out a piece of paper, and wrote on it, Yasmin, I confess to you before God and his noble messenger that you are the only girl that I have loved with all my heart, and I have never loved anyone else in my life, and I will not abandon you, no matter how long it takes us to face our fate. And I will not rest until I make you my wife, the crowned queen of my house. He threw the paper out the open window and waited to know Yasmin's reaction, who immediately called him. Yasmin, thank God, you don't know what you did to me now. Ahmed, thank God for knowing a person like you. After a full year, Yasmin works as a secretary for the director of the largest import and export company with a very valuable and rewarding salary. She can deter her stepfather from harming her and her mother by providing all the money he needs. On the phone, Amira, how are you? I called to check on you and tell you that you have been away from university for a long time. Yasmin, you know that against my will, I study well from the lectures that I transmit from you. By work, a young man who appeared to be extremely wealthy entered, and once he entered the office of the company director, Yasmin was about to stop him and ask him not to do that. Mahmoud, manager, leave him, miss. She turned back after closing the door on them. After a while, he left the manager's office and told her to tell the accounts to withdraw an amount worth £1,000,000 and bring it to him. Yasmin was astonished by his order. Yasmin, one moment, I will be sure of Mahmoud Pasha. Muhammad, basically the manager's son, said with extreme arrogance, Don't you know who I am? Yasmin sarcastically said, I don't know who you are, and I don't want to know. Voices rose between them, and the director left his office. Manager, what are you doing, miss? Go to the office now. He left her and entered his office, while she was behind him. All her limbs were trembling for fear that he would dismiss her from her job, which she did not believe she had worked. All that came to her mind was the appearance of her stepfather beating her because she did not bring money for him. Mahmoud, how dare you? He did not finish his sentence, and blood was pouring from her nose, and her beautiful eyes were darting everywhere, and she fell unconscious on the ground. After Mahmoud puts her on the couch, he gets lost in the painful memories of his past. One day, his little daughter returned from school, and her nose would not stop bleeding, and her little girl came and told him, "Dad, my teacher hit me and my nose bled, and it hasn't stopped since then." The father was worried about his little girl, so he took her to a specialist doctor to examine her. The doctor, "Do not worry, it is not a disease, but it is just a condition that affects her when she is very upset, like a psychological condition that negatively affects her with her nosebleeds." He returned to the world at the sound of Yasmin's voice. "I am very sorry, sir." But then his eyes were filled with tears. His little girl was named Yasmin. Mahmoud, "Never mind, miss. Are you okay?" Yasmin, "Praise be to God." Mahmoud, Yasmin, and it was the first time he called her by her name. "Take a 2-week vacation and rest, and do not exert yourself in any work." She tried to get up, but her whole body shook, and she almost fell again. He pulled his heart from his ribs out of fear for her and moved from his place clearly. Then he composed himself and said, "I will have the driver take you to your home." After she left, he returned to his memories again. What are the memories of Mahmoud, the company's director, and what is her relationship with Yasmin? Is there a relationship between Yasmin and her manager from the distant past? You can find out all of this through the 6th and final part of the most wonderful love stories at the university at Second Sight.